Eng221 once said, "The bad news is time flies, but the good news is you are the pilot." Overnight, a semester of English class has gone by, but luckily we are good pilots who make a good use of time. In this semester, we fully created and developed our own websites. Browsing through the various assignments in our websites that we created for this class, one can see the great improvements in our English skills. As the semester comes to the end, it's good to reflect back and to be self-conscious. I'm proud to present the following improvements I made in my English writing, speaking, reading, and communication skills. Writing. During this semester, I made great improvements on my writing skills, especially on how to write a paper in MLA style. Frankly speaking, at first I made some misunderstandings about how to write an argumentative essay. One lesson I learned is that citing quotations does not mean to include several sentences from the book and then add some concluding sentences. Instead, I need to integrate sources in my essay smoothly to support my arguments. Here are two versions of an excerpt from my essay about phone home. In the original version that I showed to a tutor, I simply used the page numbers to introduce the quotations, which is not wise because this distracts readers' attention from my arguments. Instead, I should lend weight to the argument and put the page numbers in parentheses at the end of the sentence. Furthermore, I also learned to develop my thesis in the introduction. A good introduction should include a transition from a general topic sentence to a specific thesis sentence. It is necessary to mention the author's name and give a brief introduction about the book before talking about the content. Here are two versions of the introduction from my essay about phone home. In the original version that I showed to a tutor, I wrote my thesis statement in the first sentence, and I didn't introduce the book, which makes a bad introduction. While in the revised version, I introduced the book first and then gradually lead to my thesis. Speaking. In this class, we did several fun activities to develop our speaking skills, such as debating, interviewing, and other speaking games. Debating was the most challenging for me. In the debate over whether teenagers should read young adult fiction, I was a little nervous and I started to speak quickly. As a result, my thoughts couldn't catch up with my talking, which led to some pauses disrupting the integrity of my arguments. Although daily communication doesn't require us to speak as smooth and clear as in a debate, it is a way to improve the overall level of our speaking skills. It pushes us to express our thoughts directly in English instead of translating from our native languages. Therefore, I plan to devote more time in debating by joining a debate club to improve my speaking skills. Furthermore, I really enjoyed the exercise about cliches, euphemism, and jargon in Professor Jen's class. It was interesting to learn about cliches and the underlying stories, since they are a part of the English culture. And it is also necessary to learn how to use them appropriately in writing and conversational situations. Reading. Another big gain from this class is that I learned how to read comics. I used to think comics are for fun, not for learning, but after this class, I feel like I was wrong, because some comics can be interesting and educational at the same time. The graphic novel Phone Home by Alison Bendel addresses problems about family relationships and sexual identity in the society. Another graphic novel, American Born Chinese by Eng221, draws attention to self-identity and personality. Moreover, from the several scholarly texts about comics, which discuss key elements of comics such as closure, page layout, and lettering style, they give me a more professional perspective on reading comics and greatly improve my comprehension of these two graphic novels. Other communication skills. Besides basic language skills such as writing, speaking, and reading, the class also improves my other communication skills such as building a website and making cartoons. I feel proud of myself on applying the skill of making cartoons that I learned in this class to a biology project, in which I worked in a group to write a post for our class website about current evolutionary biology research. My professor really likes my cartoons and made our post as a model for the rest of the class. Moreover, learning how to build a personal website not only allows me to present myself to the public, but also gives me a competitive edge for future work opportunity. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his own language, that goes to his heart, says Nelson Mandela. The ultimate goal of learning a language is to embrace the language culture and communicate to their hearts. So learning English is a lifelong program, and I will continue to improve myself throughout this journey.